Alright, so we're back with our trade simulator, and today I want to show you a few of the features that are built into this simulator that are going to let us test out various trading parameters and hopefully optimize our systems and maybe even get rid of a few assumptions as to what we think might happen and actually test them out. So firstly, you see I've got my market bias setting. What that allows me to do is uh, set either a trend up or a trend down, or even make a ranging market. So you can see in this case I've got it set to 51% negative, so it is slightly trending down, but you could also call this a ranging market. And simply what this does is um, works with our randomizer to generate a probability of an up or down signal. So in this case, I've got 51% negative, which is basically, in my opinion, a ranging market or slightly down. And you'll find that when you start testing, when you leave parameters the same and then change the market conditions, that some systems will perform really well in, say, an uptrend, or others will do better across all settings. And that's really what you're after, is to um, optimize your system so that it works equally well in, or consistently well in, any market condition, because we can't predict market conditions really. So that's what that lets us do. Our second option here is a trailing stop, or a reset of our trailing stop, and to lock in some profit. This is a setting that I've tested a few times, and basically what it does is we start here with a stop amount example of 5 cents, and if I had this enabled, it would lock in our profit if our stock did increase by 5 cents, and then it would allow our trailing stop to expand and kick in again, but it would guarantee us a lock in at that value. Although I have tested my systems, and to be honest, a basic trailing stop is generally better when you test all market conditions. Right, and it's important to test all the different conditions, leaving the other parameters the same, because sometimes you'll have a system that works really well, assuming there's a trending market in your favor. But what happens if the market is trending and your system is going against that trend every time? Does your system still work, is the question. And so with this, you can test that and find out if you're going to be making a profit, even if you're wrong 80% of the time, which is entirely possible. Right, and so the second one is just our profit lock, or our trailing stop reset value. Doesn't have to be the same as our stop amount. We can test varying amounts. So that's pretty straightforward. And then there's down here, I just want to point out that I am recording the percentage win and loss on individual trades. So every time we run a simulation, it's going to come up with a win or a loss value. You can see sometimes it actually comes out flat too. But anyway, sometimes we win and sometimes we lose, and that's pretty normal. Here, whenever we enable our table, I want to be able to record what our trading system looks like in terms of wins or losses, which is ultimately not that important. You'll find when you start testing systems, you should be able to consistently make a profit, even if you have 70 or 75 or even 80% losses. So, and then just to construct that, following up on our our previous video, I've used our same counter formula, but in this case it's assigning in this column a binary value. So a 0 in case of a loss and a 1 in case of a win. And then we're just totaling this column and finding our percentages based on the win or loss out of the total number of trades. So that's a few of our extra features that that make this system work.